So let's take a look at the full moon that's coming up. I'm going to give you a few rituals, but you really want to focus on your anger about what's fair and what's not fair in the world. Remember, I do sidereal astrology. That is basically close to Vedic astrology, celestial, which is where the planets are in the sky right now as we speak. The full moon is in Libra and Aries. This is the opposition of the sun and the moon. Libra, which is where the sun is right now in sidereal astrology, is where we want to be fair. We want to be honest. We want to take we are working through our life through comparisons. The only way that you understand the difference between what is fair and what not fair is because you're comparing what you calculate as fair and against what you calculate as unfair. And in that personal calculation, whether it's subjective or objective, you are designing what your truths are and what your value according to what you feel is fair up against a comparison. This is what we're going to be going through for the next 3 days, except what it's going to do with the full moon in Aries is it's going to entice some anger, frustration, feistiness, arguments, debate. I mean, it's going to get heated. If you're on social media quite a bit, you're going to see a lot of heated arguments in comments on posts. And you may even find yourself listening to what other people are saying over the counter, at the next table at a restaurant, or overhearing while somebody is walking something that you are against, that you are fighting against, that you feel it's a battle within yourself about what's fair and what's not fair. Now, of course, I could look at the superficial part of what astrologically it's going to happen in the natural human condition that's going to arise from that. And that is most people won't keep to themselves and they will spew out their anger without much forethought or taking a look at subjectively how it's triggering them. The psychoanalytical portion of it could be useful right now because we do still have a couple of planets in Scorpio and also in Cancer. So Mercury is in Scorpio and Mercury is in Scorpio. Mercury in Scorpio wants us to think more introspectively, have a psychoanalytical view subjectively of yourself while you're being triggered. It's such a great opportunity, isn't it? With a full moon, like just bring on the triggers. I'm going to beat them off with my own subjective opinion about what they are all about. And that's a moment in time. But it's also with Sagittarius and Venus wants us to think more introspectively, have a everybody wants to know. They just want to know the goddamn truth. What is the truth? Okay, sure, it's fair and it's not fair, but who's telling the truth and who's lying? And that's what the Scorpio Sag energy is all about. Something's amiss. Something's not being covered. There's an elephant in the room and nobody wants to talk about it. But then we've got Mars in Cancer, and Mars in Cancer goes, but this is so sad. This is a very emotional. This really hurts me on a deep emotional level. So if you find yourself quite volatile in the next couple of days about why somebody's opinion is much different than yours, and it's really like just really hurting you, really making you angry and mad and feel that you're advocating for others that are suffering around the world, take a look at, is it a reality? So if you feel that everybody else is on the same page as you are, most sane people are on the same page as you are, then take a look at, why do you need to be on this team, on this page that everybody else is on? If you feel that nobody understands what the issue is, you might be at a school meeting and talking to a bunch of teachers that feel that somebody in the school that's a bully is not a bully, and that you might feel it's very unfair and unjust on how they're taking care of this bully because it's affecting every other kid in the school system. And you might get really feisty and angry and frustrated. That doesn't mean you shouldn't be, in a sense, but if it's clocked out of logic and it's turned into heated discussion, where is that inner victim in you that has been bullied and will no longer stand for it now? right? That's what I mean by this deeper opportunity to see what the triggers are. So we can dismantle it and throw it away. Throw it away with the rest of the garbage. Okay? So what you want to do specifically, you something is warning me of something. Specifically, your fire signs, your air signs, then you're going to get very heated and extremely emotional. And you may not understand that the emotion is hurt and pain and resentment. If you can try to find that underlying all of it is hurt, pain, and resentment, then you're onto something. Water signs, you can be quite intuitive. You can be very in tuned that this isn't about me. Like, you're in my face, but this isn't about me. You're frustrated because I can't find a change in my purse while you're waiting in line. It's not about me at all. I have no idea what your story is. So your intuition will be very, in fact, so much so that you might put it aside and go, you know what, take care of this gentleman over here. Sounds like he's in a hurry, right? With compassion. And the earth, you're going to pretty much do the same thing, except the truth shall set you free is not really a motto that you want to follow this weekend. I mean, that's how you feel. If you're like, you know what, the truth ain't setting me free. Knowing the truth is actually making me more angry. And you might feel in tune with that. But it's all going to be over with on Sunday. We feel it gravitate 3 days before and 3 days after. But it's a great opportunity to take a look at how are you comparing yourself, your situation, your thoughts, your values, your understanding to somebody else. They just don't understand. So if you're still hanging in there, thank you. I want to give you a bit of a story that I had with my husband this morning. So he had said that he was quite upset because somebody was on team blue, let's say, and he was on team green. And he's very angry and couldn't understand, actually, not so much angry, but couldn't understand why would they be on team blue? What are they thinking being on team blue? What's the matter with them? Why are they taking that blue pill? Why aren't they on team green? Can't they see how good team green is? And I gave him an example of something that happened 4 years ago, collectively. You might know what I'm talking about. I said, you were on team green back then, and you could not understand how anyone would put you on such a team that limited your quality of life. Well, that's how they feel on the opposite side. They feel like their quality of life is being limited. They feel like they are being dismissed as well as you do. You're both complaining about the same thing. But because you're comparing yourself in opposition of one another, instead of realizing that both of you are afraid, both of you are scared, both of you are perplexed, both of you want to see growth, both of you want to see advancement, both of you want to see change, you just happen to see it on two different playing fields. Then you can see the commonality between the both of you, and you don't look at each other as if you're the most evil people in the world. See what I mean? I hope this helps. Have yourself a great weekend. Namaste. Oh, by the way, can you subscribe? I mean, it shows me that 80%, actually 90% of you viewers are not subscribed or don't even like. So like and subscribe. That would be totally cool.